Today, we will recap the 2019 movie Augie. After retiring from his job as an architect, Felix finds it hard to figure out what to do with his life. To keep himself busy and happy, he relies on a special virtual friend that his family doesn't know about. At a party to say goodbye to Felix, Hillary, the boss's daughter, gives a speech about him. But Felix doesn't seem very happy about retiring. Even so, he offers to help the company in the future. Before the party ends, Hillary gives Felix an expensive gift. Inside the gift, he finds a pair of special glasses called Augie. The people at the party explain that Augie is like a virtual friend who can keep Felix company and entertain him now that he has more free time. But Felix doesn't seem interested and says he has to leave for his daughter's birthday celebration, so he leaves the party. Later, during dinner with his wife and daughter Grace, Felix tells them that instead of a regular watch, the company gave him Augie as a gift, and makes jokes about Felix retiring and asks Grace about her birthday plans. Grace hesitates but eventually tells her parents that she's moving in with her boyfriend. Felix and are surprised by her sudden decision, but they show their support and realize she has already taken the step without asking them. While watching videos of the person they are celebrating, Felix jokes about becoming a birthday clown. Later that night, Anne checks on Felix and tells him that it's best for the family that Grace is moving in with her boyfriend, and he agrees without really thinking about it. In his study, Felix watches a video about Augie, the futuristic gift he received, but he doesn't seem very interested. Augie is a device that uses sensors to understand a person's hidden desires and projects them as a companion, aimed at reducing loneliness. As Felix starts to settle into his retirement, he jokes about writing a novel while Anne and Grace go to work. With not much else to do, Felix goes to the store as Anne asked him to do. There, he sees a customer wearing Augie glasses, talking to someone who isn't physically there. Intrigued, Felix returns home and tries on his new glasses in the living room. To his surprise, he hears a woman calling his name, and he sees a virtual young woman named Augie in front of him. He is amazed and captivated by this virtual companion, but his wife's phone call interrupts their conversation. At Anne's workplace, she considers a promotion offered by her boss, Jack. He tempts her with higher pay but longer working hours. Later at home, Felix reads an email from Grace about her new place and talks about it during dinner with his wife, Anne. He notices that Anne looks tired from work, so he tries to cheer her up by telling her about the strange woman he saw at the grocery store. However, she politely interrupts him, needing some rest. When he's alone, Felix puts on the glasses and Augie appears, asking how his day was. Felix tells Augie that he's still adjusting to retirement, and Augie already knows about it without him saying much. Impressed by Augie's knowledge, Felix admits that he finds Augie's virtual appearance very attractive. He then shares the story about the woman at the grocery store, which he tried to tell Anne about earlier. Felix realizes that the woman was actually talking to their Augie, not unhappy as he initially thought, and he denies feeling lonely himself. When Felix sees that it's time to sleep, he says goodnight to Augie, the virtual companion, and takes off his glasses. The next morning, feeling better, Felix talks to Anne, who suggests the idea of him starting his own consulting firm. Suddenly, Anne gets a call from Jack, which grabs Felix's attention. After the call, Anne tells Felix about her promotion offer as an executive vice president. Felix congratulates her, but he doesn't seem overly excited until she goes to work. In the afternoon, Felix goes to the beach alone, wearing his glasses, and sees Augie dressed for the outdoors. He shows her his favorite spot and offers to help her climb the lifeguard tower, but she declines with a smile and does it on her own. Felix follows her up. As they enjoy the peaceful sea view, Felix admits he hasn't brought anyone to that spot before, and Augie asks about Anne. He feels surprised, and Augie changes the subject to make him feel more at ease. Later that day, the retired Felix meets his daughter at a cafe, and he says he was late because of a meeting with Hillary. Grace is worried about her mother's concerns about her moving in with her boyfriend. However, Felix reassures her and gives her a framed photograph of her younger self as a gift. That night, while watching TV, Felix invites Augie to sit beside him in bed. Suddenly, he sees Augie in her night clothes, just like he desired. Augie encourages Felix to make the most of his time, but when he hears his wife coming, he quickly hides his glasses, feeling guilty about his secret friend. As time goes on, Anne enjoys her higher position at work while Felix secures partnerships for his architectural venture. And spends more time in the office with her boss, Jack, while Felix takes Augie on a date to celebrate his success. That night, Felix prepares a romantic dinner at home for Anne and proudly tells her about his successful business partnerships. Anne asks him about where he got the money to start his business, and Felix gets upset because she seems more focused on the negative than being happy for him. Feeling hurt, Felix lies alone on the floor, thinking about his behavior and what to do next. Augie tries to cheer him up and leads him somewhere. Meanwhile, despite their argument, Anne receives a thankful text from her boss. In his study, Felix watches an advertisement